To understand the roots of the ongoing Israel-Gaza conflict, we must first journey back to the late 19th century, during the decline of the Ottoman Empire and the rise of modern nationalistic movements. This is where the foundation of today's tensions began to take shape. At this time, the region that includes present-day Israel, Gaza, and the West Bank was part of the vast Ottoman Empire. For centuries, this area was predominantly Arab, with a small but significant Jewish minority. However, as the 19th century progressed, the landscape began to change. In Europe, the late 1800s saw the birth of the Zionist movement, a political effort aimed at creating a Jewish homeland in the land historically known as Palestine. This movement was driven by the desire to escape widespread anti-Semitism in Europe. As a result, Jewish immigration to Palestine began to increase. While this Jewish immigration provided hope for those seeking refuge, it also caused tensions with the local Arab population, who felt their land and way of life were being threatened. After World War I, the Ottoman Empire crumbled, and the League of Nations granted Britain control over Palestine through the British Mandate of 1920. This marked the beginning of a turbulent period in the region's history. In 1917, the British government issued the Balfour Declaration, signaling their support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. This document became a cornerstone for Jewish aspirations, but it also deepened the divide with the Arab population. As Jewish immigration surged in the 1930s, particularly in response to persecution in Europe, Arab resistance grew. Protests, riots, and revolts became more frequent as both sides clashed over land and identity. The British, caught between conflicting Jewish and Arab ambitions, struggled to maintain control. Partition plans were proposed to divide the land, but none gained broad acceptance, leading to a cycle of escalating violence. In 1947, Britain, unable to resolve the conflict, handed the issue over to the newly formed United Nations. The UN proposed a partition plan that would create separate Jewish and Arab states while placing Jerusalem under international administration. Jewish leaders accepted the UN plan, seeing it as a step toward statehood. However, Arab leaders and governments rejected it, unwilling to cede what they saw as Arab land. This rejection set the stage for the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. The 1948 war and the establishment of the State of Israel dramatically reshaped the region. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were displaced, and the conflict between Jewish and Arab populations deepened, leading to the prolonged conflict we witness today. While the roots of the Israel-Gaza conflict stretch back more than a century, its consequences continue to reverberate, shaping the geopolitics of the region and the lives of millions of people. Understanding this history is crucial to comprehending the complexities of the present. To learn more about the Israel-Gaza conflict and its history, subscribe and join the conversation in the comments.